When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Good evening and welcome to the Shot Palace. Jay Ferguson here along with Bob Braskich, producer-director Joe Bach. For the second of three, this is the junior varsity contest between the Admirals of Lorain Admiral King and the Saints of Southview High School. Both of these teams have had up and down seasons. The JV Admirals come in at 10-9, assured of at least a 500 season, while the Saints of Southview not quite as good, 7-12. Although with the competition in the always tough LEL, I think that both coaches have seen a lot of good things, Bob.
Oh, absolutely, and I've seen both of these two teams play now for 2 years. Guard play at Southview is very good, and the big edge that the Admirals have in this game is their size. Again, much like the freshman game, they're going to have a number of players in that 6'3", 6'4", and up to 6'7", and so I think the key to the game will be, obviously, can the Saints rebound the basketball with the Admirals? And of course, I think for the Admirals, they've had a little bit of problems at the guard spot. I expect the Saints to press them a bit, and they're going to have to be careful not to turn it over. This is a good matchup. When these two groups have played each other, the 2 times last year and then once earlier this year, it's been very interesting.
Every step toward the varsity level is a step on the growth chain. We talked a lot during our freshman telecast about fundamentals and about kids growing as basketball players. What are the steps you look for in a JV basketball player?
Well, one of the big changes between the freshman level and the JV level is the speed of the game. The game now is much quicker, and we're still looking for the same things. We're still looking for the good releases on the shot, getting broken down on defense, playing with a purpose, playing unselfishly, as we saw both teams do in the freshman game. Team defense, help side defense. We're still looking for basically the same things.
Okay, we'll be back for that and more with junior varsity action right after these messages.
Go get him, kid. Watch for the blitz.
Pretty silly, huh?
Yep, that's exactly what you do when you take drugs.
It's tough out there. Don't make it tougher with drugs.
Number 44, Dan Bieber. Number 35, Maurice Johnson, set to jump it up for the JV Saints and the JV Admirals. The tip is controlled by 24, Steve Newton for the Admirals. This is Terrence Mims, number 10. 42 is P.J. Carter. Baseline, Dan Bieber runs it down in the corner, and Julius Blackmon at the elbow is the other starter for the Admirals. Bieber, 3-ball on the way and long. Maurice Bennett, 23, controls for the Saints. Will set their lineup. This is Adrian Rodriguez, a freshman. Number 13 is Michael Carney, and his 3-ball on the way is good. And the Saints of Coach David Dull and assistant coach Mike Scott have a 3-0 lead here.
A little bit of full court pressure there by the Saints. Not the aggressive type, more of a passive type, but I think they realize the Admirals have a problem with turning it over.
Andy Arredondo got a hand, and here's Adrian Rodriguez in the lane. Lost it, picked it up, got it back. Rodriguez penetrates, elbow jumper. Front rims, no. Rebound Bieber, and here comes Newton. The Saints settle into the 2-3 zone. This is Julius Blackmon and P.J. Carter. Carter penetrates, kicks, and Bieber in the far corner. Looks like they're going to use Bieber to run the baseline, Julius Blackmon in the mid-post. This is P.J. Carter as they look to get the ball inside. Nice patience by the Admirals. Mims. Baseline is Bieber.
Okay, Julius has to work to get open when that ball goes down to Bieber. There's a big hole in there. He should cut to it.
One of the things I learned early on attacking zones is you want to do it from the baseline. This is Mims. His 3 rims out. Rebound to Maurice Johnson. Maurice Bennett brings it ahead for the Saints. One-hand pass, and Adrian Rodriguez, 3 on the way. Front rim, no. Rebound.
Jay, I'm sure you know better than I do, but I've heard a lot about Adrian Rodriguez. How about a little scouting report?
Adrian Rodriguez has got a wonderful future. He's a freshman, and he's a young freshman in terms of school. This is Maurice Bennett. His 3-ball is short. Right away, I can see that the Saints have settled. They've taken 4 threes already in the first minute and a half. This is Steve Newton down court, pulls it out.
Steve, power that thing up. He passed one up right there.
Julius Blackmon at the elbow, and Mims in the lane. Ball deflected, and P.J. Carter gets a layup, and he's going to shoot the first 2 free throws.
Well, Terrence Mims is one of my old guys, and I'll tell you that's one of the things that he does very well, Jay. He can really attack the basket off the dribble, punch it in the seam, and he did a nice job there of, once he drew defensive help, finding the open man, P.J. Carter on the baseline.
Maurice Johnson picks up the foul. P.J. Carter's going to go to the line. Back to Adrian Rodriguez. You know, he's been involved in basketball with the AAU level for a number of years. He's a young player who sees the court very well, is a good shooter. You know, some physical maturity to take his game to the next level, but I think he's going to be just an outstanding varsity point guard down the road for the Saints. P.J. Carter with a pair. 3-2 Saints early on, 4:55 to go first quarter.
Well, I've only seen him play for a quarter this year, and I've heard so much about him. I'm very curious here.
Very confident ball handler. You know, he's one of those guys, if you watch him, he makes the players around him better. This is Arredondo, knocked away. Blackmon controls.
Well, that's what Julius Blackmon does best on defense. He's excellent.
He's a free safety.
Exactly.
This is P.J. Carter who bowls it up. And whistle underneath, and Maurice Johnson looks up and says, "Who, me?" And the official looks back and says, "Yes, you." And that's going to be his second. So early on, the biggest Saint on the JV team picks up 2 quick fouls, and Coach Dull is forced to go to the the bench much earlier than he wanted to, I'm sure. Lamar Miller, 43 into the ball game for the Saints. Maurice Johnson at 6'2" is really the only Saint that over 6 foot, and that's Dan Bieber on a lob, and there's the difficult. Bieber gets the rebound from the second row and puts it back in.
You know, Dan's improved a lot. He's playing with a lot more intensity and more aggressive this year, and he's 6'7", Jay.
Absolutely.
You can't coach that. And that was a well designed and executed play on that out of bounds play. If you have a 6'7", use them.
One-hand pass underneath to Carney, but he throws the layup off the side of the glass, and that size bothered him there. Bieber got it ahead, back to Bieber. Down low, P.J. Carter against Arredondo. This is Blackmon. Blackmon missed the layup. Carter got a hand, but Maurice Bennett hesitation and ahead. And the whistle, and Maurice Bennett's going to go to the line. This will be an interesting one to see who they got here.
You know, I know Maurice Bennett, he just wore us out last year at the freshman level, at 28 points in both games when these groups faced off as freshmen last year.
That foul was on Dan Bieber. His first. Bennett will go to the line for 2, and another sub is at the scorer's table waiting to come in. Admiral King early 4-3. Maurice Bennett's first free throw will tie the game. Maurice Bennett's got a family history at all 3 high schools. His aunt, Monica, was an outstanding player for me at Lorain High School and a Division I basketball player at Kent State. And his other aunt, Brandy, was an outstanding player
right here.
Track athlete for Coach Paul Bieber and a Division I basketball player at Hofstra, I believe.
Right. She was a 6-footer.
Maurice Bennett with the score tied at 4. Second shot on the way, gets the kind roll, and it's 5-4 Saints. 22 is Jeremy Sanford for the Admirals. Into the game, David Kuznar as well.
Kuznar's in the game.
This is Newton for 3, head of the circle, no. Long rebound. Carney had it go off him, hit the line, and will stay down at the Admirals' end, right in front of the Saint bench, and assistant coach Albert Stacy. Jeremy Sanford set to trigger it. David Kuznar, 15-footer on the way. Front rim, Bieber a rebound. This is Sanford. They settle into the zone offense. Kuznar. Bieber at the elbow. He can make that shot. Not that time. Sanford a rebound, knocked away by Miller. And will stay down there. The mathematician in me would tell you that it's pie time in the first quarter. 3.14. Jeremy Sanford triggers, knocked away by Carney, and he picks it up. And Miller controls that one against Blackmon, then throws it away, and Sanford gets it back. This is Newton against Carney. Kuznar. Back out to Newton. Bieber at the elbow. And this is Jeremy Sanford. Bob, I think that ball is knocked out of bounds.
You know, much of the same situation, Jay, that we had in the freshman game. The Admirals getting a number of whacks after they've taken a shot, second shot and third shot opportunities due to the size differential between the two squads.
Chris Vasquez into the lineup for the Saints, replacing Lamar Miller. 40 is Kasim Howard into the Admirals lineup, as Julius Blackmon might have taken an inadvertent finger to the eye there.
Right.
So the Saints will inbound against the Admirals' full court pressure.
This is going to be a layup.
And
Nope.
this is Adrian Rodriguez against the trap. David Kuznar, Rodriguez handles against him. And this is Carney.
Well, Rodriguez handled that pretty well. Kuznar is very quick and aggressive there defensively, and I'm impressed with the freshman thus far.
Chris Vasquez kicked it out to Rodriguez.
Wow.
Nice pass. Carney's going to get a layup. Michael Carney the basket. Adrian Rodriguez the assist. 7-4 Saints.
That's what a penetrating guard does. It draws help, and the good ones find the open man, as Rodriguez just did. Well done.
Kuznar, Bieber, and his no-look pass was picked off by Maurice Bennett. Maybe made that play a little harder than it had to be.
Right.
Bennett into the lane, and he tosses it away.
Okay, the last couple of times down, all the young guys watching the game, you have to stop the basketball. And obviously, I see the Admirals standing a little bit on defense, and they're not stopping the basketball.
Maurice Bennett pleading for a call there as he felt the ball was deflected. No call, and the Admirals will keep it. 34, Aaron Simmons into their lineup. Jeremy Sanford gets the ball at half court. Vasquez to the floor. Skip pass. Against the zone, the skip pass is very effective. Newton with his feet set for three, no. And the rebound is fought for and will stay down there as the referee says white ball.
Well, I see something that the Admirals will be very susceptible for. I don't believe either Newton or Kuznar, the two guards in the game, have designated who's back on defense. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Saints, if they can get a rebound, get an easy one at the other end.
Kuznar penetrated and got his own rebound. Nobody above the foul line for
nice
the Admirals.
Look.
As you were right, Steve Newton got that. But as you pointed out, Bob, I just noticed nobody above the foul line.
Nobody above the foul line. Point guards out there. You've got to be back on defense, or somebody has to be designated to be back on defense.
Adrian Rodriguez has passed, not ready, and Simmons took it away ahead to Newton. Maurice Bennett.
Oh, wow.
Draws the charge.
All right, Jay, you're the rule book expert. I was under the impression the offensive man had to have the opportunity to come down.
Well, agreed, and evidently in the opinion of the official that he was set before the offensive man left the ground. That would be the interpretation there. If
that's the case, that was a bad call.
We're at a developmental level for officials, as we have said many times.
I understand. This could be a layup. I knew this was happening.
This is Michael Carney against Aaron Simmons. Layup, good, foul Simmons.
What Southview's doing here is they're lining up in a 1-4 press breaker. And the Admirals have a man on the ball, and the Admirals are fronting everybody in that 4 across the foul line. And obviously, if you're quick and you've worked on it, because it's not an easy execution, that baseball pass is wide open. It's very difficult. I've only seen one varsity team able to do that this year, and that was Menor. They fronted everything, Jay. Did put a man on the ball and trapped everything, and they got away with it.
And they worked very hard and very long at it. Michael Carney, no. It's 9-6 Saints. Carney with 7 of the 9. And the Admirals come up. Kuznar. And this is Sanford. Front rim, no. Rebound. Bennett had it knocked away. Missed a substitution there, Bob. 23 is Julian Smith for the Admirals. That foul is going to go to 22, Jeremy Sanford. His first, 4 on the team. And the Saints will inbound with Andy Arredondo. Arredondo to Maurice Bennett.
Stop ball.
Julian Smith does just that. Minute to play first quarter. Adrian Rodriguez into the lane, off the glass, no. Sanford the board. I think Adrian was looking for somebody there, and there was nobody there to pass to.
Well, when you play with Adrian, if you're on his team, and what a steal going through the passing lane by Adrian.
And his layup is knocked away there by Sanford.
Well, he did something I like there. He came to the 1-count stop, gathered himself, got himself under control. But if you play with Adrian Rodriguez and you're down below him and he penetrates, you better have your hands ready to play, because you're going to get the basketball.
Yeah.
He's going to draw help. Your hands have got to be ready to play.
Michael Carney for 3. No. Rebound is controlled by Kasim Howard. Sanford. Kuznar. Sanford.
Good look.
Baseline Simmons. Simmons with the basket. 9-6. This is a veteran bunch for
the Admirals. It is, Jay.
Bennett with a pass that was too hard for Carney to handle.
Well, on the floor right now, there's really only one true sophomore, that being Kasim Howard, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, I believe that 4 of those, that
Four of the 5 on the floor are juniors at this
Kuznar
time.
and Simmons all played JV regularly last year.
Little box press here, looking to trap right there.
Right there. Simmons with the ball, 10 seconds to go. The lob for Julian Smith. His layup's too strong. Back up Howard.
Kasim.
No. Bennett. Adrian Rodriguez with 3.
This Adrian Rodriguez is fun to watch, Jay.
And he lets the clock run out there. And that'll be the end of our first quarter. Lots of action,
yes.
Not lots of offense.
I liked it.
Aside from Michael Carney, who had 7 of the 9 points for the Saints. The Saints will take a 1-point, 9-8 lead, and we'll be back with second quarter action right after this message.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Back here for second quarter action. 33, Mario Ezel just into the lineup. Inbounds to 21, Brian Ramaklis.
Here's a little 2-3 zone by the Admirals, lining in an eye. They're going to play a 2-3.
In the corner is Maurice Bennett against Aaron Simmons. Ramaklis splits it, down low Carney. Taps it away, gets it back, and gets knocked to the floor for his efforts. And I think that Michael Carney is going to go to the line. And that fouls Jeremy Sanford, his second.
Well, I know the Admirals have been working on this old 2-3 zone that's been floating around here for a couple of decades, where the guards line up in an eye and the back.
The old T zone.
Back man in the eye takes the first pass to the wing.
Carney's first shot on the way and long. And to the scorer's table, Steve Newton replaces Jeremy Sanford, who has a seat with 2 fouls. Carney has 7 of the 9 points in the game. He's the only player with more than 2. His Achilles heel thus far has been the foul shot. He makes that one, now 1 of 3 from the line. 8 points for Carney, 10-8 Southview. Newton. Kuznar. Inside Kasim Howard, layup good.
Nice pass by David Kuznar.
Brian Ramaklis brings it ahead for Southview. Michael Carney down low, Maurice Johnson, turn around and got it.
Okay. Nice job of posting up. You can't let Maurice catch the basketball on that block. He's pretty good.
Knocked away by Mario Ezel. Mario Ezel lays it up, and he thought about trying to dunk there. His conscience, he was dealing with his conscience from the half-court stripe to the foul line.
Well, we're seeing
he's got jumping ability.
Jay, we're seeing right now the problem the Admirals have had, 2 problems.
Brian Ramaklis penetrates, hands it off. Maurice Johnson gets the layup.
In the
half court. Whistle,
court.
timeout Admirals. The Saints get a little spurt, 16-10.
Well, we've seen the 2 problems that this Admirals team has. Number one, they're defensively they're susceptible to dribble penetration, and they don't help that well. And the other thing is they turn it over against full court pressure. And I'm sure Bill Sturgill is addressing both of those issues right now during this timeout.
Meanwhile, Adrian Rodriguez comes off the Southview bench. Brian Ramoklis is playing some varsity minutes for the Saints now, so he did not start the game. Came off in the bench in the second quarter with a couple of strong penetration moves. Now Adrian Rodriguez is back in the game. That might compound the problem for the Admirals as far as stopping dribble penetration.
Exactly. You have to stop the basketball. And I always told the kids, if you're guarding somebody and he's a little bit quicker than you are, you have to take a step back. You can't go out there and put too much heat on him because he'll break the defense down. You have to play everybody a little bit different. You have to know what obviously your abilities are, and you have to do a very quick job of judging when you're playing defense what the offensive player's ability is.
Dan Bieber returns to the Admirals, and this is Steve Newton. Back to Bieber. 2-2-1 token pressure for the Saints. Middleman is Julian Smith, and that's where you want to break that press.
That was well done. Well done.
Newton, Julian, Smith, Kasim Howard, 16-footer, front rim. Check out Bennett ahead to Ramoklis. He'll cross over, penetrate. Maurice Johnson, layup, good.
Okay. Nice penetration again, breaking the defense down, finding the open man. Thus far, the Saints have been very adept. Guards.
18-10 Southview. Julian Smith knocked away. Mario Ezel controls. He brings it with Kuznar on his hip and scores. Mario Ezel makes it a 20-10 Southview lead.
The other thing the Saints are doing in this game, Jay, is they're making the Admirals go through the heart of their defense every time down. The Saints are getting opportunity baskets off their defense and so forth, and the Admirals, on the other hand, are going through the heart of the Saints defense on just about every possession.
Adrian Rodriguez with a little reach-in foul in the backcourt there. A couple of substitutions coming in. Number 10, Terrence Mims, returns for the Admirals. He controls against Adrian Rodriguez. Baseline is Kasim Howard. Dan Bieber mid-post. No. Rebound is little Adrian, the smallest player on the floor, comes out of there.
Well,
now he's not small when he's got the ball in his hands. Brian Ramoklis, setter, no. Kuznar with the ball.
Admirals need a good possession.
Newton ahead to Mims. Layup, no. Tipped out. Here comes Adrian Rodriguez with another rebound. He's got a nose for the ball. Rebounding isn't always about size, is it, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely not. It's reading the ball in flight.
Brian Ramoklis with the feet set, had time to check the wind and nailed the three.
At 23-10, the Admirals are in a situation here now where they need a quality possession and a basket.
Dan Bieber in the corner, out for Kuznar, nice catch. He was a receiver on the football team. Penetrates and hits the foul line jumper for the first points of the quarter for second basket of the quarter for the Admirals, and it's 23-12. This is Brian Ramoklis, three ball, no. Kuznar. Adrian Rodriguez went for the steal and got trapped behind Newton. Ramoklis stopped the dribble, poked it free,
pass
picked
the
it up.
basketball. You've got to pass the basketball.
Lob for Mario Ezel is too tall.
Okay.
Coach Brian Corey is a big fan, head coach Brian Corey of the Saints is a big fan of a friend of ours, Kevin Mackey.
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Kevin Mackey's tenets is push the pace of the basketball
exactly.
game. And you really see that at this level.
And you primarily do that from the defensive end, Jay, if you prescribe to Kevin's.
Right. Absolutely. This is Kuznar at the foul line.
Well,
Ezel takes it away. Adrian Rodriguez down court for Ramoklis.
Nice job, Terrence Mims.
Took it away. Ball was in the air too long. And as you said in the opener, Bob, the speed of the game right there.
Oh, absolutely.
That's an adjustment for Adrian.
And you mentioned our good buddy Kevin, and it's based on the premise that high school kids, in fact, college kids, don't pass and catch too well. So
Kuznar with a three ball.
And so defensively, the philosophy is to try to take advantage of those weaknesses. Kevin has told us many times, even at Division I, the college level, there were very few players who actually could pass and catch it well.
Ramoklis into the lane. Maurice Bennett, three ball. Too long. Kuznar another rebound ahead.
Well, the Saints have to be careful right now. They don't shoot themselves out of the game, or I shouldn't say out of the game, but shoot King back in.
Into it. Pass for Bieber, knocked away. Kuznar got it. Foul line, no. And run down in the corner, though. Newton.
And Dan Bieber should get the ball in the high post, let him turn around and do that. He's wide open in there.
And a quick timeout by Coach David Dull as the Saints run off 7 quick ones to cut the lead to 23-17. We'll have a 30-second timeout here, Bob.
Well, you know, what we talked about, I thought the Saints up, wasn't it 23-10 at one time, Jay? Came down and launched a couple threes. I think you have to make the defense play a little more defense than that and actually have shot the Admirals back into the game. A couple long rebounds and some opportunity baskets. And the other thing I think the Saints have got to address is I think Bieber's wide open in the medium to high post, and they have pretty good spacing there. And I think if from the Admiral standpoint, that's where the basketball should go, and I think that's something the Saints are going to have a problem defensing. It's right there.
That's the biggest size mismatch, because many times if the ball's on the baseline, you've got to defense that with a guard, and the Saints guards do not have any kind of size.
And Dan's 6'7", and he can shoot it from there. He could also put it on the floor and take it to the basket.
One of the things the Admirals have done well is control the defensive glass here in the last couple minutes as well.
Well, I expect them to rebound well in this game, but defensively they've got to do a much better job of taking away dribble penetration.
Michael Carney back in for the Saints. He's got the ball on the wing, and he's got a 3-shot on the way. Rims out, and this is Julius Blackmon, who started the game and returned. Jeremy Sanford also back for the Admirals. Mims and Sanford, and this is Newton on the wing. Wanted 3, got none.
Oh,
Rebound.
Terrence Mims, way to crash the board.
That is how you rebound the backside of his own offense right there.
And there are plenty of rebounding opportunities. The 2 best spots to rebound are from the high post, the foul line area, and on the weak side.
Dan Bieber to Sanford to Mims.
See, that middle would be wide open.
And there's Julius Blackmon. Bieber's back in the low post now.
Well, he should get better spacing, get down more toward the baseline.
As Blackmon, they're going to X inside a little bit. There's Bieber, he turns, and Mario Ezel gets a hand on that one. Johnson ahead to Ramaklis, 2-on-1 if they hurry instead.
Now, I'm not too familiar with Mario whoa. Who blocked that,
Maurice
Jay?
Johnson had the shot knocked away by Steve Newton. And
give me a little info on Mario. Is it Ezel, Jay?
Mario Ezel is a
I'm not
junior.
Too familiar. Okay.
Got sporadic minutes last year on the JV team.
He jumps out of the gym.
Does
Jay.
jump out of the gym. I think Coach Corey would like for him to, you know, in a perfect world, Coach Corey would say to Maurice or to Mario, "Here's a basketball, wear it out, working on your perimeter skills." Because the other thing you can see about Mario Ezel is he's got a little bit of size to him, but he's toothpick thin.
Okay.
And in the league that we're now in.
I know
toothpick thin guys get busted in half, and Mario's a great kid who just needs to get out there and work on the perimeter skills, because that's the future of his game. Whistle on Maurice Johnson's second shot. We had a lane violation.
And the lane rule, Jay, and I see this not being called consistently, and it isn't called consistently at all.
They thought that they would take that confusion away a few years ago. They changed it to the release. Then the officials were having trouble policing that, so they changed it back. Sanford had it knocked away. Blackmon recovered. Shot no. Rebound. Arredondo lost it. Blackmon runs it down. Johnson was on the floor. Bieber to the baseline. One dribble.
Wow. That's pretty good skill there for a 6'7" true freshman.
No, he's a sophomore now.
Or, I'm sorry, true sophomore. To take a ball fake and bring it across his body and then back across his body. I think it's a tough shot in basketball. That was a good
Brian
look right
Ramaklis
there.
just threw a lob to the second shortest player on the floor, Michael Carney.
And that shouldn't happen.
Who's got the first player in double figures with 10.
Well, Sanford tried to do the same thing, but...
Well, that basket by the Saints stopped a 9-0 King run. 25-19 Saints. Ezel will inbound. 56.8 seconds to go first quarter. Brian Ramaklis.
I just don't think you can press the Saints, Jay.
Andy Arredondo, one dribble, back out for Ramaklis, but knocked away by Blackmon. This is Newton. He's got people pinned. Newton.
Well,
what do you think there, Coach?
I don't think you should try to dunk the basketball, Jay. I think it's 25-19. You're down by 6. And even if you're up by 6, what you've got to do is give your team the best opportunity to score the basket. And I don't think attempting a dunk by jumping over the defense is a timely play. What is your opinion?
I would second that emotion, as Smokey Robinson would say. But he'll look for the 2 in the line as Mario Ezel got the foul. First free throw good, 25-20 Saints. 44.9 left, first half.
You know, again, I'm a little bit surprised that the Admirals are trying to press the Saints. The Saints have excellent guard play with Ramaklis and Adrian, and I just don't think they can be pressed at this point. I would back it off and force them to go through the heart of my defense.
And there it is. Maurice Johnson catching somebody sleeping, though, but missed everything. Whistle foul, and that whistle is going to be on.
Well, Jay, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
There's only one man on the floor who knows who this foul is.
Not only are they...
Dan Bieber got the foul. Andy Arredondo is going to go to the line, shooting 1 and 1. 38.8 to go. And that gets Kasim Howard off the bench.
Well, the Southview guards are very good at penetrating, and everybody's running the floor pretty well, and they look up the floor well. I just think at this point, and that's a pretty sophisticated thing at the JV level, to look up the floor like that.
You know, a point that you continually make, it's a very valid one, is the first open man has to get the ball.
Basketball.
And that's something that happens. Arredondo front rims it. No, Ezell. Rebound off the leg and run down in the corner, but he stepped on the line, Jeremy Sanford. 34.7 to go, first half. 25-21 Saints. Mario Ezell will inbound in the deep corner. He's out there with Maurice Johnson and Andy Arredondo. And that's Arredondo knocked away, picked up by Kasim Howard. Ahead to Newton. Newton's layup.
Now that's how you do it.
And that's learning right there.
There you go.
There is transference,
exactly,
as we say in the classroom. He didn't try to dunk it. He made the layup. This is Ramaklis. He's triple teamed. And with 19.5 seconds to go, Steve Newton commits a foul. His third. That's a rather big call right there, and that'll get Julian Smith in to the lineup for Steve Newton. Brian Ramaklis will go to the line. He hit a 3-ball early in the quarter for 3 points.
And Jay, we've got a good ball game.
25-23.
25, 19.5 seconds left. This is just what we expected.
The Saints had a big run and ran it out to 23-10. Ramaklis, no. Johnson had the hand on the rebound, but controlled by Julius Blackmon.
Julius Blackmon is just one of those kids. He just has a knack for the basketball.
An apparent tie-up was not an apparent tie-up, and this is a huge call as well.
Right.
Because that's the third foul on Maurice Johnson.
And Jay, I agree with you. I don't think the Saints, he's a large part of the Saints' size at about 6'2", 6'2.5". They can't afford to lose Maurice.
And that gets Chris Vasquez off the bench for the last 16 seconds.
All right, I'm sure they'll try to play for one here. Let's see how this goes. 16 seconds left.
Sanford and Julian Smith. Kasim Howard and Blackmon are the inside players. This is Sanford. Corner is Mims.
3 seconds.
Sanford way outside.
Oh.
No, rebound, Mario Ezell. So
good game.
The Admirals weather the storm here as the Saints bust out 23-10. The Admirals come right back with a 9-point run. Get it down to, at the half, being down 2 at 25-23. A very good ball game, just what we expected, Bob, and we'll be back with more third quarter action right after this message. Back here for second half action in the JV boys game between the Admirals of Lorain, Admiral King controlling the ball with Steve Newton, P.J. Carter, Terrence Mims, that's Dan Bieber at the high post, Julius Blackmon down low, and the Saints of Southview, that's Maurice Johnson with the rebound off to Maurice Bennett.
But I just think one of the keys here in the second half for the Saints is going to be to make sure Maurice Johnson doesn't get that fourth foul too quickly, Jay.
Ramaklis drops it for Johnson. Johnson against Bieber. Bieber got it clean, but they think they got P.J. Carter for a foul. And Maurice Johnson will go to the line where he found no success in the first half. And that foul was on P.J. Carter. His first on the team, obviously. We're 29 seconds into the second half. Maurice Johnson at the line had 6 points in the first half for the Saints. Also in the books, Mario Ezell had 4 points. Maurice Bennett a basket for 2. Brian Ramaklis hit a 3-pointer. But the offensive story of the first half was Michael Carney, who had 10 points for the Saints for their total of 25. Johnson misses the first. He'll look for the second to open the scoring. For the Admirals in the first half, Joe Kuznar had 5. Johnson had it come right back to him. Then Newton tied him up. Johnson got it out to Adrian Rodriguez. Mario Ezell. Rodriguez across court to Maurice Bennett. Drive, layup, no, didn't get it on the glass. This is Dan Bieber. Bieber had 6 in the first half, taken away by Ezell. and he gets the layup to open the second half scoring. 27-23 Saints.
And here's that little box press. What they want to do, what the Saints want to do is either get a trap on either side of the 10-second line.
This is P.J. Carter. He had a couple of free throws early for 2. Julius Blackmon in the lane, changed his shot, didn't get it. Dan Bieber got a chippy, and he now has 8 after 6 first half points. Kasim Howard, Aaron Simmons each had a basket for 2, and Newton had 6 points. This is Ramaklis, too far under. Maurice Johnson, rebound, turn, up strong, no. Ramaklis kept it alive. Johnson got it back. Jump hook, no. Ezel, no. Bieber had it knocked away, and Mario Ezel got him on the arm.
And that's a foul, but the Saints did an excellent job of staying after it right there.
That's foul number 2 on Mario Ezel, and you saw a little bit of his jumping ability.
I saw that, Jay, but I was more, I was very impressed with how the Saints stayed after the glass.
Dan Bieber's going to inbound as soon as we get Andy Arredondo back in the lineup from Maurice Johnson. And we have some clothing adjustments by several players. They're being instructed to tuck
Jay,
their shirts.
if it was up to me, there'd be clothing adjustments on just about every team throughout every league, every player in the state.
Well, you know, the rule reads...
I read the rule book again today.
The rule reads have a seat, doesn't it?
Well...
That the officials instructed that if the shirt's not tucked in, to take him out. Ezel got the tip. Rodriguez back to Ezel, and now Adrian Rodriguez. In the lane, skips it. Brian Ramaklis with his feet set. No. Rim and out. Newton trapped. Julius Blackmon, Dan Bieber. Ramaklis stops the ball there. Bieber to the ground. Ramaklis is going to get a layup against Newton. He crosses over, uses the basket to protect the ball. He's got 5. Brian Ramaklis, as much as he hates to be reminded of his brother because he wants to be his own person.
Jay, they're very similar in their play.
Very similar. That's Julius Blackmon there. In the backcourt, Terrence Mims called for the foul. Mims is going to get his first. Yeah, Scott Ramaklis was Mr. Basketball in Lorain County a couple years ago. So if you have to be compared to somebody, that's not a bad thing.
Right, absolutely.
But they are very similar in their games. They both have lightning quick releases on their shots. And Brian Ramaklis is a sophomore, very similar. Right there, court awareness, long down court pass to Maurice Bennett, Andy Arredondo, and Adrian Rodriguez. Definitely a perimeter-oriented Saints team. Adrian Rodriguez gets the hip of Julius Blackmon, and Blackmon is going to get his first foul. You know, I think it speaks highly of how much the Saints coaching staff thinks of Adrian Rodriguez and Brian Ramaklis, that the leading scorer of the first half, Michael Carney, had 10 points and didn't start the second half. This is Ramaklis, this is Ezel, and instant replay, Julius Blackmon again called for that block in the same spot. Well, coaching point there, Bob. What's he got to do?
Well, the defender, Julius?
Yes.
I mean, you always have to take away baseline, but you have to anticipate quicker and establish that much quicker. One of the things, again, that impresses me concerning the Saints ball club, and I felt this way about this group last year, they're very good off the dribble offensively. They can all break you down, and we're seeing that right now.
Kasim Howard taps away the pass from Mario Ezel and will do it again. Joe Kuznar on the dead ball entered into the Southview lineup. Let's try this alignment as the Saints move, and into the corner for Adrian Rodriguez, who brings it back up top against the zone of the Admirals. Brian Ramaklis penetrates. Mario Ezel crosses under, footwork good, layup no. Kasim Howard with the rebound. Here comes Steve Newton. Down low, Julius Blackmon, back out Joe Kuznar. 18-footer from just inside the arc is good. And we got a new ball game at 29 apiece. Ramaklis.
Well.
Arredondo. Bennett penetrates, kicks. Ramaklis with Kuznar. Ramaklis into the lane, tapped away from behind. Here comes Jay Pinkerton, freshman who played in the freshman game earlier. Puts the Admirals ahead, 31-29. They led once early at 6-5, I believe. That's Maurice Bennett with a quick 3, no, and Pinkerton rebounds and gets it ahead to Newton. Newton in the lane. Julius Blackmon layup, and the
good
Saints
catch in traffic by Julius there.
The Saints look out of
sorts. A good look by
here.
Newton. Well, gee, I'm trying to put a finger on it. And I do know from a defensive standpoint, I just strategically, I think in this game, the Admirals should be nice look.
And then he missed the layup. I think one of the reasons that they look so out of sorts, Adrian Rodriguez stealing the backcourt scoop shot, using the rim to protect the ball.
That's the third basket off a steal in the backcourt in this quarter.
And back at you as Kasim Howard is the beneficiary of the 84-foot football toss. 35-31 Admirals. No harm, no foul there.
Well, just knowing these two ball clubs and knowing these kids pretty well, I think the more chaotic the game appears, the more the Saints benefit, Jay.
Ramaklis with the feet set, no. Run down by Newton. One of the going behind his back under pressure. Arredondo ahead to Rodriguez. Adrian Rodriguez with Kasim Howard. Jump stop, fake, score.
There's a good one for the young guys right there.
That's how 5-5 scores over 6-2.
Exactly. You come to a jump stop, ball fake, let the defense go by, and score high off the glass.
Newton in the lane, layup, yes.
Nice job by Newton. We've got a great game here. We're seeing a lot of good offensive skill level.
Coach Bill Sturgill wants to talk something over. 2:12 left to go, third quarter. The coach calls a full timeout, 37-33 Admirals, and we'll be back after this.
Mr. D'Abruzzo, I'm here with the Neighborhood Watch.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm signing up people for the Neighborhood Watch.
You made our dreams come true. Do you have your cameras here? Where are you going, Mr. McMahon?
I'm going to check with the lady next door. Yeah,
are you going to get the check?
Start a Neighborhood Watch. It's just one of the many ways you can help make America stronger. To find out how, call or log on for this free guide.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Mario Ezel to inbound for the Saints versus full court pressure. This is Brian Ramaklis, hooks it ahead. Michael Carney into the lineup. Lamar Miller underneath. Maurice Bennett just threw it up hoping to get fouled and did so. What's the name of the game, Bob? Ball movement, huh?
Yeah, some teams you can press and some teams you can't. And I just don't think, and I don't want to second guess anybody's strategy necessarily, although I suppose I am. I just think against a team like Southview, you're much better off falling back, picking up at half court. I mean, it's only a 4-point game. Or in fact, you're up by 4. You're in no position where you have to gamble defensively.
Well,
and Southview's just very good. If you try to press them, that's their best offense.
Terrence Mims into the Admirals lineup. Bennett got the first, looking for the second. 37-34 Admirals. They trailed most of the second quarter. Whistle, lane violation.
Okay, there's
on the second spot. I think they got Lamar Miller. That's one of those things, Bob. There's a coaching point for young players. As soon as an official calls one of them, don't even think about going in early the rest of the game, because that's something that they look for.
Right, exactly.
And that's the second one we've had, and we'll have another one before this game's over. Ramaklis, Carney, 3-ball on the way. Got it. Michael Carney from Brian Ramaklis ties us at 37.
Need a middleman. Come
Terrence
to the basketball.
Mims across against Carney. Mims getting ridden on the hip. Referee says no shot, but blue 13 had him on the hip.
Well, Terrence is just quicker than quick out there, especially to his right. I mean, he can really... he can do what we've been talking about the Southview guards do very well, and that is break the defense down from the top off of his dribble.
Well, he's got a little bit of physical strength there. Mario Ezel, at the other end, a couple trips ago, Kasim Howard did that to him. Mario just got him back. Brian Ramaklis underneath. Carney missed the layup, got knocked to the ground, no call, and Mims will bring it the other way. Very good look from the top there, though, from Brian Ramaklis.
Well, I'm seeing both teams look pretty well. I mean, pass the basketball, and I don't see a lot of shots forced.
Dan Bieber with a good, strong high post move, and he's got 10 points in the ball game.
And again, I think that's the big Admirals' advantage, Bieber in the high post.
Maurice Bennett, nice hands, gets him in the lane. Whistle.
Okay, Terrence, you got to stop the basketball, get your head on the basketball, keep the ball on one side of the floor, and break down. I mean,
that's the same call we just had at the other end, where Terrence got Carney on his hip.
Well,
that time Maurice got Terrence on his hip.
Terrence got the elbow in his mouth because he didn't, he wasn't in proper defensive position.
Mario Ezel. This is Lamar Miller with the rebound. Fights it back up. Blocked. Terrence Mims.
Get it past.
Pinkerton. Baseline, one dribble and an 18-footer. Rim.
Oh!
Jay Pinkerton, offense off the bench with 4. 44 seconds to go. Admirals by 4.
See, Jay, it's a layup drill.
Well, the floor is really spread. Advantage quickness.
Without a doubt.
Floor compressed. Advantage size.
There you go.
Mims, one-handed pass to Pinkerton. Taken away by Ramoklis as he anticipated the pass to Bieber. 25 seconds to go. Ramoklis too hard. Rebound, no, by Ezel. Kasim Howard controls. Trouble in the backcourt. Gets it ahead to Bieber. 3-on-1. Easy.
Oh, ouch.
And that was maybe getting a little bit too cute there. He tried to throw a no-look when one wasn't needed. And then Maurice Bennett got off the deck and took the charge.
Okay, Jay, help me out here. Who was hit? Was Maurice Bennett hit?
Maurice Bennett got hit in the face, got off the deck, and took a charge.
Took the charge. Wow, 7.9 seconds left. King up by 2, 41-39. Great game.
When I went to Southview early this summer, I stopped at some early open gyms. One of the first things I noticed, and this is something you don't see at open gyms, as you well know, was that Maurice Bennett would step in front of anyone coming down the lane out of control.
There aren't many young people that will do that.
Not in open gym especially.
Right. Oh, especially in open gym.
Because the other players will laugh at you if you call a charge. 4 seconds to go. This is Ramoklis versus
You don't want to foul here if you're King.
Ramoklis got it off.
Oh!
Back of the rim, no.
Oh.
But we'll go to the fourth quarter with the Admirals on the basis of a big third quarter in a 2-point lead. 41 for the Admirals, 39 for the Junior Saints, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this message.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Big crowd filing into the Shot Palace tonight for basketball action. We're in the second of 3. This is the JV contest between the Junior Admirals at 41 and the Junior Saints at 39. Admiral King looking to have a winning record. They're 10-9 on the season. The Saints are 7-12.
Well, Jay, these are both pretty good ball clubs, and it's just the strength of schedule, Lake Erie League. I mean, very difficult for them to be 7-12 and 10-9, and really they're both fairly, especially the Saints, very skilled, and of course the Admirals have good size.
Well, I think some fluidity of roster too, as both teams have had several players either up to the varsity level or freshmen that have played some of each. Ryan Ramoklis, Michael Carney, and we'll play the last 6 minutes and 45 seconds tied at 41. This is Pinkerton, Kuznar, and Mims is the third player on the wing. Julius Blackmon is at the high post. Kasim Howard is the other Admiral. That's Blackmon. Rebound Mario Ezel.
When you're guarding Ramoklis, you've got to take a step back.
Here comes Ramoklis with
something up.
3 ball on the way from the head. Got it.
Well, maybe then he'll do that to you. That's what makes him so good.
44-41 on Brian Ramoklis' 3-pointer.
But I think you always have to take away dribble penetration first.
Anthony Taylor now into the Saints lineup for the first time. He's number 31. Kasim Howard, a little disorganization, and he's alone for the Admirals as the Saints had some confusion as who was guarding who.
Right, and that's something Kasim couldn't do last year. His shot is much improved. I'm glad to see that one go down for him.
Ramoklis again off the dribble, no. Kasim Howard, it looks good when it goes, but turns the court over quickly when it doesn't.
Wow, nice pass by Terrence Mims to Pinkerton.
Mims to Pinkerton, layup, 45-44 Admirals.
See, I just think that's an exceptional skill level in a JV game.
tried it the other way. Ramaklis' pass intended for Carney, knocked away, but Carney got it last. It'll be white ball. There's the size difference.
Right,
that was a pass to
right.
Pinkerton at 6'2", or to Carney at 5'7". This will be Jeremy Sanford for the Admirals.
And here's the problem area for the Admirals, Jay. Full court pressure has bothered them all year long.
Newton Bieber takes it against Lamar Miller, pulls up. And this is Pinkerton.
Broken well there.
One-hand pass to Bieber, outside to Sanford. Got it.
And that's a 3, Jay.
That was a 3 ball for Jeremy Sanford's first 3, 48-44. The Admirals with 7 unanswered real quick. This is Brian Ramaklis. The Admirals in the man-to-man defensively. Intended for Anthony Taylor in the corner. The official.
Wow. The official is going to call it off Southview, Jay.
Yes, he did. We had a much better angle there, and I think he just got caught and didn't get any help from his partner, and the Admirals benefit. This is Pinkerton. Across to, in the corner to Kasim Howard. Pinkerton. Bieber in the high post. Bowls his way in, one-handed layup, got it.
See, that's another thing Dan Bieber couldn't do last year. He took the ball in the high post there and was very aggressive in attacking the basket. I think that's where the Admirals offense should go, without a doubt.
50-44, Saints in need of a basket. 9 in a row for the Admirals. This is Brian Ramaklis being guarded by Steve Newton. Skip pass, one-handed pass taken away by Sanford. He lays it up and in. Jeremy Sanford with 5 in the quarter. Timeout, Southview. The Southview bench gets timeout. 52 for the Admirals, 44. It's a full timeout, but we'll keep it right here.
Jay, let me put you on the spot. You always do it to me. You're in the Southview huddle right now. What issues are you addressing?
Well, the first thing is there's 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go. You've given up 12 unanswered points. So the first thing I'm talking about is shot selection this trip. The Saints are in desperate need of a good scoring opportunity right now. They've got to stop the bleeding before they can get back in the game. So the first thing I want to talk about is some good fundamental offense. And they've had some trouble against the Admirals man just making a pass to the wing. They just turned it over on a cross-court pass against the man.
But you have to give the Admirals a little bit of credit there. I see they've kicked up the intensity. They're out in those passing lanes a little bit more. They're anticipating a little bit more in the last 3 minutes than we saw in the previous parts of the ball game.
Then the second thing I think that the Saints have to be concerned about is transition defense. They're getting giving up some easy baskets in transition right now, and it's really turned the tide of this game. We've had a 21-point turnaround since the Saints had that 13-point second quarter lead, Bob.
Right. Well done, Jay. I agree with everything you said.
Southview will inbound the ball. And it's easy
up here. From up here.
The farther away you get, the easier it is to coach. Mario Oizel will inbound. And we get to coach both teams, too.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh,
fun.
Absolutely.
Maurice Bennett in the backcourt. Michael Carney, Brian Ramaklis.
Well.
And there, right away, kind of, if it were tennis, we'd call that one an unforced error.
Right. I didn't see anything there. There isn't any need for that pass off the dribble.
You got to get the ball to the center of the court and start your offense. Newton will be happy to walk it up. Saints still in that 2-3 zone. And still with Maurice Johnson back in the lineup with his
nice little low high.
Kasim Howard shot, no. Rebound, Mario Oizel. He's been a workhorse on the boards. This is Brian Ramaklis. The Saints haven't scored since he hit a three-pointer. Cross-court pass. The Admirals are too long for that. Jeremy Sanford takes it away and controls. No-look pass to Pinkerton. Spins in the lane, has it knocked away, picks it up, shoots it. No. Bieber got a tip.
Wow.
Dan Bieber with 8.5, 14 in the game. The Admirals' lead has grown to 10, and the Saints are they're leaking oil, Bob.
Well, yeah, and the size is starting to hurt. I mean, you got 6'7", 6'4", 6'4" out there.
Maurice Johnson rebounded a Brian Ramaklis miss, and he's going to get a couple of free throws for it. But that hasn't been the best thing for the Saints either.
You know, and it's athletic size too, Jay. And I think it's starting to take its toll a bit.
Maurice Johnson is the tallest Saint at 6'2". He's back to the line, but he's 0-4 from the line this evening. 3-3-3 left in this one.
Now he's hit the front of the rim on every miss, if I'm recalling.
Well, He got it over the front that time, but
right. It needs a little bit more lift. Now, Maurice is a good shooter. I know Maurice pretty well. He's got a good shot, and I think Maurice has got a bright future, but he needs a little bit more lift on that shot, more arc of that shot.
Julian Smith into the Admiral lineup, replacing Jay Pinkerton. The freshman gave him a big lift in the second half with 6 points. Maurice Johnson, second one on the way. Nope. Kasim Howard strong for the rebound. And Newton controls for the Admirals. Mario Ezel gave it a whack in the backcourt, didn't get it loose. Sanford, and he's grabbed by Michael Carney. Carney gets his second, the team's third only. 3:23 to go. The Saints are going to have to put some people on the line.
Well,
here comes Adrian Rodriguez back in the lineup for Carney. Maybe a little bit more long-distance shooting. And a second ball handler. But the size disadvantage here is noticeable at every position for the
Will
Saints.
Adrian be able to play at the next levels, Jay, if considering the size factor?
Well
done there.
Adrian will be able to play because he's a very skilled player. The question is, how effective can he be? You know, small players have to learn to deal with that, just like slow players have to learn to play with.
He reminds me a lot. I think he's going to be just fine of a young guy named Roger Speck, who was first team All-LEL back in the 60s. They're very similar, and he reminds me a lot of that young man. They were both about the same size. It can happen.
Brian Ramoklis is going to go to the line for 1-and-1. 3:02 to go. The Saints have not scored since he had a three-pointer to put him up 44-41. First one on its way. No. Tip up and in. And that was Mario Ezel. And there was some of that jumping ability. Howard. Newton against Ramoklis. One-hand pass for Bieber. Knocked down, picked up. Back cut. Bad anticipation there, but the Saints pick it up. This is Ramoklis. Sets his feet down, looks down low. Maurice Bennett, no. Maurice Johnson, yes.
Well, the key now for the Admirals, obviously up by 8, is to work the clock a little bit and don't turn it over. If you get hung up, take one of your timeouts.
Start to think about this game in 20-second segments.
Right, and I'd use 6'7" Bieber to relieve pressure, and I wouldn't have Kasim taking that shot. Kasim.
Julian Smith back up, and then Bieber's going to get a layup, and he missed that one. Kasim another one. He's going to go to the line, but I think it's going to be number 4. Kasim Howard's going to get 2 throws. The foul is on 35. Maurice Johnson, his 4th. Kasim Howard will go to the line. He has not been there. He's got 6 points tonight. 56 for the Admirals, 48. It's 3 possessions, Bob. You have to start thinking that way.
Yeah, right, absolutely. And again, if on the Admirals side, obviously, you don't want to shoot Southview back in the game. You want to work the clock a bit. On the Saints side, Jay, you were absolutely right. You've got to come down and hit a couple baskets and then get into your press and score off your defense.
After the first free throw, Coach Bill Sturgill wants to set it up for the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds. He calls a 30-second timeout. The Admirals are up 9 here, Bob. Now, obviously it's much easier to play from the lead in this position than it is from behind.
But from a defensive standpoint, I'm not going to try to press the Saints right now. They're going to, again, I might pick them up maybe a little token pressure and keep them in front of me and make them work to get the ball up the floor, but it's not going to be a real full court press. I don't want them to get anything easy. I don't want Adrian Rodriguez or Ramoklis dribbling through the defense, drawing help, and then dishing for a layup. You have to make them take time on offense, and you do that by playing smart defense.
Agreed. And if you're the Saints, if you can spread that floor a little bit, you can still take a 2-pointer here. There's lots of time.
Jay, there's a lot of time.
Lots of 2 minutes and 17 seconds is an eternity in a basketball game. Saints have 3 timeouts left. Kasim Howard's at the line for the second of a 1-and-1.
Well, also the Saints have 2 fouls to give, too.
So it's not a 1-and-1. It was a 2-shot foul. Missed it. Rebounded outside by Sanford. Outside to Newton.
Okay, Saints picking up full court here now. Here's where the Admirals have to have good pass and cut.
Kasim Howard, the floor is spread. Nice cut there by Newton. Changed the shot. Tip up, no. A shot maybe they didn't need, and Maurice Bennett controls to Adrian Rodriguez with under 2 to play.
This is a big possession right here.
It's not going to determine who wins, but it might
huge.
It might determine whether or not Southview can hang around. And Adrian Rodriguez had a look, missed it, and Newton was able to sneak out.
Well, okay, let's see if we get a consistent call here. We're getting this one called as a technical, Jay.
Well, again.
You are the master of the rule book.
Newton gets the layup.
But in the first game, that layup was taken away.
In the first half. And he waved it off. So Newton is not going to get the layup. Newton, now they're going to talk, because one referee said good bucket, the other one said no bucket.
I'm leaving this one up to you, Jay. Was that the first half or the first game?
It was the first half.
The first half. We had a basket taken away, identical situation.
They count the basket, get Dan Bieber for a technical for pulling the rim down. Now I'm going to tell you that I think that both of those calls were correct. In the first half, I thought the ball was still on the rim, where in the second half, I thought the ball was already through. Right there, little Adrian Rodriguez shoots the tees.
I see, Jay.
You know, the first half, when Mario Ezel you know what it was in the first game? It was the freshman game, Bob. You're right.
The freshman game.
And I thought that ball was still hanging on the rim, whereas right there, I thought that ball had almost hit the ground when Dan Bieber went up. It doesn't hurt that bad. Actually, the Admirals come out of it a lot better than they could have, because they pick up a point. They got a 2. Adrian made 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 10-point or 4-possession ball game in those terms. And the Saints will inbound at half court. This is Ezel. Adrian Rodriguez against pressure on the sideline, lost it. Julian Smith, and that was just a strength thing right there, Bob.
Right.
Ramaklis from behind tries to poke it away. Scrum on the floor.
Scrum on the floor.
1:29 to go, and the held ball will go to the Admirals.
Yeah, and Coach Sturgill's decided to go with a much smaller lineup. Took both 6'4" Kasim Howard and 6'7" Dan Bieber out of the game.
But first, Coach Dull will talk it over. He's going to take a 30-second timeout. Now, it's a 10-point game. The Admirals have the ball. Bob, the first thing you got to look at is the foul situation. The Saints have 4 team fouls.
Well, and the Saints have a couple to give here, but that's really not an advantage for them. What the Admirals have to do, the Saints have got to come out and pick up full court. They've got to, it's a half-court situation right now, very aggressively, man-to-man. The key for the Admirals is movement, making sharp, strong cuts, setting good picks, flashing the basketball, and not fighting pressure. When you're getting pressured, you have to back cut. And so many times young players, in fact college players, have a tendency in this situation to stand.
Jeremy Sanford will trigger for the Admirals. 1:29 to go, they're up 10. This is Mims. Adrian Rodriguez is trying to whack him. And instead he gets a steal, and here comes Mario Ezel against pressure, and Sanford knocks it away. The look on Jeremy Sanford's face was priceless, as was Adrian Rodriguez's, because Adrian was trying to foul, Jeremy was getting fouled, and sometimes officials in that situation, when they know you're trying to foul, will make it harder on you. Mario Ezel to trigger. Layup opportunity for Maurice Johnson. Now he's going to get some free throws. But as we have said, the line has not been
a good place for Maurice tonight.
Terrence Mims gets his 3rd. Maurice Johnson returns. Right now, he's 0 for 6 from the free throw line.
Well, and shots basically sound, and like I said, I know Maurice pretty well. He just needs to get a little bit more lift.
First one on its way.
Like that.
Like that for the big fella.
There you go.
Dan Bieber's going to return, and Anthony Taylor is going to return for the Saints.
Oh, and the reason I like Dan Bieber in a game like this where you're going to be pressured is you can use him as a relief valve. He's 6'7", you can throw it up there. And
always nice to have that opportunity.
Exactly. Let him catch it, and if he gets fouled, he's a good foul shooter.
Maurice Johnson, second one. Nope. Knocked away. Maurice Bennett looked a little guilty. I think he knocked that out of Julius Blackmon's hand, but the Saints are going to get the ball. Adrian Rodriguez returns Anthony Taylor to the bench. That's just an offense-defense substitution. This is Maurice Bennett, sets his feet, 3-ball on the way, no. Ezel, the rebound, crosses over and puts up a layup.
Wow, and gets fouled with a chance for 3, which could cut it to 6, Jay.
That was a very, very intelligent play by Mario Ezel, who got the rebound, had the presence of mind to cross under and use the basket to protect the shot. So he's going to look for the three-point play.
Intelligent and takes a tremendous amount of athletic ability.
Well,
But, Jay, we've got a ball game. 1:11, 6 points is...
The Saints have already scored 3 on this trip. Mario's looking for another one. Front rim, no. Rebound, run down in the corner by Newton. Gets it ahead to Bieber. Back to Newton. Newton crosses over, reach-in foul, Mario Ezel.
Well, still, that will be the 15th foul. Not a bad foul.
That was a good foul. Minute 3 to go, though. A minute 3 to go. Here comes Adrian Rodriguez. 59 for the Admirals, 52 for the Saints. The Admirals got somebody hiding back there in the background. Now they find Julius Blackmon. Mario Ezel goes to pick him up. Bieber will trigger. Backcourt to Mims. Adrian Rodriguez is hitting him with everything but a folding chair. And finally,
but Jay, you see, he's
finally gets a call.
When you're in a situation like that, you always foul going for the ball. You might get lucky.
And they did the last time. But
right.
The official sometimes makes that's a dangerous situation. As a coach, you just want him to stay consistent because you don't want to see anybody get hurt. Oh, the give and go, the old Cavalier play results in a layup for Jeremy Sanford.
Was that Craig Elo out there?
Yes, and Newton picks up a loose ball, and I think that ought to, oh, here comes Mario Ezel. Just when you think it was safe to go back in the water. No, knocked away, and Bieber comes down with the rebound. Adrian Rodriguez, 3 on the way, short.
Oh.
Run down by Sanford, and whacked and hacked. And then the ball slammed to the ground.
And that will send the Admirals to the line for a 1-and-1. That'll be the 7th team foul on the Saints. I heard a comment from Coach Bach over there, Jay.
Maurice Johnson just picked up his 5th foul, so he's going to leave us with 9 points in the ball game. 33.4 seconds. Really, Bob, one of the turning points of this game.
Well, foul shots have been big.
Was Maurice Johnson's foul trouble in the second quarter. The Saints had built a 13-point lead, and he was playing very well and had to go to the bench with his 3rd foul, and that kind of turned the tide.
And really, Jay, another key to this game has been the Saints have struggled from the line as a team.
Absolutely, and Maurice Johnson, 1 of 8. Mario Ezel, 0 of 1. Adrian Rodriguez, 1 of 2.
Ramaklis is.
Carney, 1 of 3. Ramaklis is 0 of 2, and they were both 1 of 1.
I think that's one of the big keys. But I agree with you on Maurice. You have to have that size presence in there.
Sanford misses the first. Ezel gets a rebound, gets it ahead to Bennett. Less than 30 to play, and he tosses it into the bleachers.
And I'm a little bit surprised, Jay. I've always, I've been marveling at the guard play, but I was surprised in the second half here. The Saints had turned it over quite a bit.
Yeah,
and many of them were of the unforced error variety.
Ramaklis knocks it away. Bennett controls on the floor to Adrian Rodriguez. 1 dribble and a 3. Short. Caught out of the air and rebounded Lamar Miller. Jeremy Sanford blocked it, but got a little bit of...
Right, and that should have never happened. I mean, at half court there, pick the ball up, get it passed, and move the basketball.
Lamar Miller is going to go to the line for the Saints. The way things have gone from the Saints at the line, this is not the place they want to be.
61.
15.3 seconds. The point is probably moot here.
Right. Most likely, 61-52 with 15 left.
I'd like to see Lamar get in the scorebook here, as Coach Sturgill going to get a couple more Admirals into the ball game. Lamar Miller's first one, front rims, no.
Well, those foul line woes continue.
Buzzer gets Jordan Simmons in for some JV action. And then we had a little problem, and a technical foul.
Foul.
And I'll tell you what, Bob, I have been around high school basketball for 20 years, and I have never, ever seen that. We had a technical foul called on the guy shooting the foul.
Yes, and I know what happened there. I see there's some discourse between one of the Saints and one of the Admirals that resulted in the technical. So some of the unwanted sort of discourse.
So Lamar Miller's second shot, he gets in the scorebook, 1 of 2. That might qualify him for the Saints free throw title tonight. But we'll walk to the other end and have a couple of technical foul shots. This is Tristan McCone off the Admirals bench, and he's going to get a chance to score a couple of points. First one is long and no. And we've still got 15.
Jay, you had glanced away. That one actually hit the under.
No, did it
side
hit the under?
rim.
I'm sorry. I just saw it coming hard. Second one, he's zeroed in, and he's got himself a point. 15.3 to go. 62-53. Admirals by 9, and they'll get the ball here. They will inbound the ball with Jeremy Sanford. Rafael Medina into the Admirals lineup here as well. Sanford with the ball in the front court against pressure. Ezel, who's played really well today.
Yeah.
Knocked away from Bennett. This is Rafael Medina and bobbles it into the pep band. So we'll go the other way with 7.3. Director Tom Tucker gets the assist there as he picks it up. And now we have a whistle, and I think fortunately for basketball, this one's about to end, as this last 20 seconds has been a confusing mess. Brian Ramakla, scoop shot, no, and that'll do it. That'll do it from the Shot Palace. 62 for the Junior Admirals. They have a winning season at 11-9.
Yes, they do.
53 for the Junior Saints. And quite a turnaround, Bob.
Yeah, quite a turnaround. That was a very entertaining game, Jay. I saw a lot of skill level, both teams out there.
Well, as the strains of the Admiral King pep band play in the background, we'll take this time out and we'll come back to wrap this one up right after this message.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Back here at the Shot Palace, where we've just witnessed a very entertaining JV contest between the Admirals of Lorain Admiral King, 62, the Saints of Southview, 53. For the Admirals, it gives them a winning season at 11 up and 9 down. The Saints finished the campaign at 7-13. Both teams for the first time in the tough LEL schedule. And the competition, really stepped up, but a real entertaining game, Bob, and some good things ahead for both schools.
And Jade, if you followed the scores of both ball clubs, it was competitive all year long. I mean, neither ball club was really blown out, and I see a lot of good offensive skill level here, and I see some players, without naming names, who I am certain are going to be very productive varsity players.
Let's take a look at the final scoring statistics. First, for the Junior Saints, Adrian Rodriguez, the freshman point guard, had a couple of baskets and a foul shot for 5 points. Brian Ramaklis had 2 threes and a 2 for 8, but he was 0-2 from the line, Bob, and this is going to start a theme here. Maurice Bennett had 5 points on a basket, 3 of 4 from the line. Far and away the best Saint from that position. Mario Ezel finished with 10 points on 5 baskets, 0-1 from the line. Lamar Miller had a free throw for 1. Andy Arredondo, 0-1 from the line. Maurice Johnson had 9 points on 4 baskets and 1 of 8 from the line. High for the Saints, and very early on he got his points. Michael Carney had 15, 10 in the first half, 5 in the second half. He was 1 of 3 from the line. The Southview free throw woes spelled a big part of the turnaround of this basketball game. For the Admirals, and they put a bunch in the scorebook. Tristan McCone, 1 of 2 from the line for a point. Julius Blackmon had a couple of baskets in the second half for 4. P.J. Carter, a basket and a couple of free throws for 4. Kasim Howard, 9 points for the Admirals. Aaron Simmons scored early on for a basket and 2. Jay Pinkerton, 3 big hoops in the third quarter for the Admirals, 6 points. Jeremy Sanford, 7 points, all in the second half comeback for the Saints. Joe Kuznar had 2 twos and a 3 for 7. Double figures for the Admirals. Steve Newton, who had 6 in the first half, 4 in the second half for a total of 10. And Big Dan Bieber, who had 8 baskets, 3 in the first half, 5 in the second half, to lead everyone with 16 points. For the way this ball game started off, we didn't know what we were going to see. The Saints kept it close early, actually got it out in the second quarter, Bob. There was a time when they had a 13-point lead at 23-10. Maurice Johnson, their big guy, was playing well at the time. He got into some foul trouble.
And I think offensively, the Saints did not play with prosperity well. I think they shot the Admirals right back into the game.
And you made that comment. That 23-10 lead was instantly cut as the Admirals had a 9-point run of their own. 23-19, we went to the locker room, 25-23 Saints. We knew we were in for a barn burner, and we had something that we could really enjoy. The Admirals came out and played well in the second half, third quarter, actually took a lead at 41-39, and from then on just kind of coasted this one in the barn.
Well, as you pointed out, the free throw situation was critical.
But, we had a ball game with 3 minutes to go. It was still anybody's ball game, and the Admirals made some shots. The Saints didn't. Well, we've had enough from here. I'm about ready to turn it over.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, my pleasure,
really
Bob.
Enjoyed it.
And thank you, Joe Bach. But first, my time to say goodbye. This is Jay Ferguson for Bob Braskich and Joe Bach saying thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Lorain City Schools athletics.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.